Well, hello everyone. This is Robin Carter, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And today I'm here to share a video going over the new Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog for 2024-2025. And I have it right here. And if you're a customer of mine, you should have received your catalog from me already. And if you are new and just watching this channel, maybe you have a catalog from someone else. Or you can also go to the online store. My online store will be listed in just a second. And you can go there and download a digital version of this catalog. So before we begin, let me thank those of you that have subscribed to my channel. A lot of you may be Paper Pumpkin subscribers and are used to seeing my alternatives. I still have one more video I need to do to use all the components of that kit. But I wanted to jump in and let's go over this new annual catalog as this started yesterday, May 1st of 2024. So let me switch to the hands down version so we can get started. So you may want to grab a nice cold drink along with your catalog before we get started, so you can just sit back, relax, and let me go over some things with you. Okay, so now we're down to my hands down, and this is the catalog. I do have a new host code. I thought Stampin' Up! Was going to get rid of these. Maybe that's coming soon. But anyway, this is the new May host code. I also have an online store that you can see. The link is here. And it's not a hyperlink. It's just text there on my screen so you can see, know what it is. So first of all, there's been a lot of talk about this new annual catalog, and you may have heard how some people are not as fond as the new layout, but I'm trying to be a half class full person and go over some things with you. So let's just jump in as we get started. So one thing that'll help, first of all, is the table of contents. And as you can see, there are some main categories here. There's one for like step-by-step crafting, quick and easy options, creativity your way, which will include the sweets and bundles and stamps, etc., as well as an index. And I'll get to this index towards the end of the video, so stay tuned. All right, so I've created some tabs here, and I found these wonderful clean white tabs. So they're all white. I'm kind of a clean looking girl. I didn't want all different colors, and I'll have a link to these in this video. If you're interested in those are my favorite now for tabbing items, as they are white and nice and clean looking. So I am an Amazon affiliate, and those links are safe links from Amazon. And when you use links to purchase these products, I get a few pennies back at no cost to you. So thank you in advance if you plan to use those links, or maybe you've used them in the past. Thank you so much for your support. All right, so let's get started. First of all, I created a tab for Paper Pumpkin. Now, let me just jump back. We'll just flip page by page. So first of all, it starts with kits, and I didn't find a need to put a tab there. As you can see, they've just listed a few kits. There are no item numbers because their kits collection is more of an online exclusive thing. So they didn't want to list some kits and then they'll change every 2 months. I believe we get new ones, and some may run out and be out of stock. So that's why they didn't include item numbers for the kits. So you can always visit my online store, go to shop, and then down there'll be kits collection that you can see all the current kits. Okay, and then I did tab the Paper Pumpkin, and I know this text is hard to read because it's not in black. And I wish it was in black because my old eyes are getting to me. But anyway, I did tab this just so that you know you can get started. And these kits are $25 per month. They are a great value. You get an online exclusive stamp set as well as all the components to make the things. And if you've seen any of my alternative videos, you know I expand my kits to make many, many cards. All right, so that's the first section. And then we get some pretty pictures, and then we're going to get to a section called the top 10. And I've tabbed this with the top 10. So if you are a new crafting person, these are some essentials that you need to get started. Paper snips are nice, some inks, and these show the ink spots. I hope this is not too little for you. Anyway, you can follow along. 3 is dimensionals, and those are little foam adhesive dots that help give your cards some interest. Of course, multi-purpose glue. Now, this is my favorite glue because you get a little wiggle room to straighten things up before it dries. You need your clear blocks, which you can attach your stamps. This is just a sample of a simple stamp set with some nice all-occasion greetings. Punches come into hand. Of course, your cards and envelopes. Now, I pre-cut and score mine from the full size, but they do have some note card packs. Just keep a note. Usually note card are a little smaller than our A2. I'm not sure which one they're referring to here. And then, of course, your Simply Chamois to help clean your stamps. That's the easiest way. And then you need, lastly, a demonstrator. And if you do not have a demonstrator, put my picture right there, and I would love to be yours. All right, so that's the top 10. Okay, the next page gets to some ephemera. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Pack. And what this is, if you're brand new and you just want to jump in, start creating some cards, you don't even need stamps to do this part. So you can just order these cards and envelopes based on the style you like. Let me reach behind me. I think I have one. Here I have one. It's kind of all bent up that I can show you. So it's a full-size A2 card. Now, much like Paper Pumpkin, I will be cutting this in half and putting it on a white card base so that I can double it up. This one's kind of bent. It's kind of for show and tell. And then there's all kinds of these pre-colored and die-cut elements that you can put on your cards. So you don't even need stamps to create with this kind of material. So everything is there. You just can kind of pick which one you like. And then if you want an all occasion stamp set, this is a great one to add. So again, this is for you just want to jump into card crafting. Here are some examples of them using that material. Okay, and then this is what I've called card sketches. So I do like this addition to the catalog. Down here is a little inspiration if you're looking to go, how can I mix up my card designs? This is a good little reference to how to do that. And maybe I'm going to do that with some Paper Pumpkin kits. And I can refer back to this and let you know which design I was inspired by. Stampin' Right markers. Now that's interesting. I just noticed this. So this is a catalog that you really need to read the whole page. Okay, because they're going to have different things in different spots. It's kind of like when you go to the grocery store and they've rearranged where they put everything and you have to take a little more time looking through it. So that is this catalog. So I've been a demonstrator for many, many years, and this one is quite different. So that's why I want to go over this with you and hope it'll help. Okay. This shows some color family coordination, and I like that. And so let's keep going. All right, then we get to just some random all-inclusive stamp sets. Okay, and then we get to what I've tabbed as memories and more. So if you are a scrapbooker, or some people use these to make cards, these are pre-printed little packs of 3x4 or 4x6 cards that fit in these pocket type of sleeves for scrapbooking. And up here, excuse me, it does, up here it shows the variety pack. They're 6x8 and they're photo pocket pages. And there's basic black album. So that's up here. And then the different ones that will fit in there are here. All right. So the next section, okay, then they just randomly throw in a stamp set. There's a lot of random placement of stuff. One thing to notice is this paper right here. It looks like they are die cut already for you, so you can punch them out. So again, some simple card making already done right there for you. All right, and then just a page of colors. So the next section, and more pictures. The next section we're going to are the suites. So from here until the bundles, these are going to be new material, stamps, designer series paper, and embellishments. The difference between a suite and a bundle is the suite generally includes the bundle as well as some designer series paper and maybe some embellishments or something to go along with it. Bundles are generally just considered the stamp set and the dies. So these are the new suites. I love this designer series paper. Now, let me mention one thing. So if you wanted everything on this page, the stamps, the dies, the embellishments, and the paper, you can use this suite collection number up here, one number that gets you everything there. So you're not having to enter every number. But let's say you enter that number and it says currently unavailable. Well, that means at least one item. It could be simply the embellishments. So if you're willing to wait until the embellishments come in, but you really want to get anything else that's here, you jump down here to this little bitty type. It's bigger in person. And down here you can see with 10% savings, the Citrus Blooms bundle. So the bundle would be the stamps and the dies. Okay, and then the opal round assortments, those are here, number 3. And then number 4, the designer Mediterranean Blooms 12 by 12 designer series paper. So you can order these items individually. If you just want the stamp, you jump down here even further and you can get just the stamp set, okay, or just the dies. So those are listed down below this section. So just keep in mind these are in different parts of the page, at least for this suite. All right, so we have the Mediterranean Blooms, the Take to the Sky. Now these are interesting little trinkets right here. Those look interesting. I've seen them at On Stage, and I think they're quite nice. All right, this To the Market, again with designer series paper embellishments. These are still the suites, the Wildly Flowering. And keep in mind, I don't always, it seems like a lot of the times I like the what I call the B side, like this is the A side of the paper and this is the B side. Our designer series paper are generally one design on each side of the paper. Okay, now this one includes the embossing folder, I think. So I would think that's what everything is included with the suite. If I've missing that, then we'll have to look online and see it. By the way, I find most of the time online is the way to go because one, you don't want to miss the online exclusives that are only shown online. They're not in any publication. That's why they are called online. So if you're looking for more details about any of the products in here, go to the online shop and just click on menu and you can put in the name and they'll show up. All right, this one, look at this pretty paper. Now this is one instance where, now this one I love this side, but a lot of these I like the B side here, but nice, colorful, and cheery to create some nice cards. Okay, this one has some ribbon with it, take note. Okay, these are cute little ducks. I did see this at On Stage and it is quite cute. So there's some nice cards you can make with this and some designer series paper. Now sometimes these dies may cut out the ducks in the paper. I don't have this to show, but a lot of times they can. I like those embellishments. I just noticed those. And every time I flip through this catalog, I notice something new. Now this is one of my favorites, and actually I am late to my pre-order and it's coming in Saturday. So I'm not here to show you this. I can show you this paper. Just give me just a second. This is some gorgeous paper. So much like the On the Horizon paper and the Garden Meadow paper, look at the scenes of this. Let me just flip through this real quick for you. Okay, I already did that, so I can just set them down. Look at that. You can just add a sentiment and have a pretty card right there. Again, beautiful colors. it makes me cheery. It really brings spring to mind and summer when I look at this paper. So quite nice. You get, I think 48 sheets, 4 each of 12 designs or 20. Let me read it here in a second when I get through flipping so I don't misspeak about what it is. Love that. Almost done. Pretty, pretty, more pretty. Oh, and gorgeous. Okay, so this is the coordinating colors in this are Blackberry Bliss, Boho Blue, Cajun Craze, Calypso Coral, Lost Lagoon, Misty Moonlight, Mossy Meadow, Peach Pie, which is one of the new in colors, Petunia Pop, also a new in color, Pool Party, Pretty Peacock, and Wild Wheat. And if you hear the noise outside, I guess they are mowing the lawn, or my neighbors are mowing. So excuse that noise, background noise, if you can hear that. So this is called the Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper. It is 6 by 6 and it is 48 sheets. So total. So this is a half of a pack right here. Okay, I did that so I can show you the front and the back. But this one is on its, well, actually, I don't know if I got this one yet. I'll have to check my order. All right, the Country Woods. I've seen some very cute stuff made with this. Now, this shows some samples of it, and the actual suite is the next page. This embossing folder is great. If you know me, I love adding texture to my cards, and it's so easy to do with embossing folders for a relatively inexpensive price. These are generally around $10, give or take. All right, but this is the one I know for sure I have on order. I have everything here except I didn't get these embellishments or this shimmer paper. I got these bundles and the designer series paper. I'm really looking forward to these new label dies. I'm hoping they work for Paper Pumpkin as well. Okay, so that is the Unbounded Beauty. Okay, and now we're to the bundle section. So these are just stamp sets and dies. Now this particular one, Layers of Beauty, is much like the one I did a video on. Why has that left my mind? Let me see if it's behind me. Oh, Enduring Beauty, I believe it was called. And so you use these masks and maybe a blending brush or something, and you can stamp and then line these up perfectly. So it makes super easy coloring, and it makes you look like an artist, and I am not an artist. My coloring skills could use some help. But in this set, this bundle includes the stamps, the dies, as well as the masks. So, and again, now this is even smaller, right? So you've got the 10% savings. So if you want to get this bundle, the bundle price is up here. And if you want to order them individually, it's listed under each item. Now, unfortunately, they're no longer showing items at 100%. I did generally like that because I knew exactly what size of stamp I was getting. So these are not shown in full size. And I've got my bundles tab here. So this is something interesting that I'm glad they're doing. This bundle, you can choose whether you want the dies or the punch. So here is the stamp, the item number. It says stamp set plus dies, or you can order it with the punch. So if you are maybe more of a basic person and you do not have a die cut and emboss machine, then the punch would probably be what you would like. And then if you do have one, then it's just personal preference of what you want. If you do choose the dies, you do get 3. And one benefit I can see is you can place them anywhere on the paper to create a negative, or whereas the punch kind of limits you as far as how far in the paper you can go. So keep that in mind. Here is a bundle. It includes a tab punch. Now, if you've been a paper not a paper pumpkin, a Stampin' Up! Customer for a while. You know, long ago we had this nice rounded tab punch, which I have back there on my whale style punches. So I'm glad they did come up with a new tab. Now again, this you can choose the die or the punch. So if you choose the die, you just get one, which it looks like it will score and cut. I don't know that the punch can score. I don't know that. I don't have this in hand, and a nice stamp set to coordinate to go on that die or punch. All right, we have friendly fins, hearts and hugs, so some little animal for you animal lovers out there. A nice little cupcake with a little pocket, so that would be something maybe you could slip a gift card in. This one, I think I'm going to end up getting, because these little pinwheel looking things, I call them pinwheels. I think there's more of an official name. But it has a die here to help you create those. And excuse my watch. Apparently I did not do not disturb. So let's hope I don't get too many notifications. All right, this is for the baby little onesies and cute items there. Attention shoppers. That reminds me, long ago we had a Kmart. Attention shoppers. The blue light special. Am I teaching, showing you my age? All right, bistro burgers for food. Again, a nice old style TV. My daughter's like, what is that? It's like, okay, the TV used to be in like a cabinet. All right, of course we need butterflies. This is a nice butterfly stamp, and if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, we received a very nice butterfly stamp, and there are add-on dies to help cut that out. Now this one I do have. So at OnStage we were able to pre-order between some items that we could do an after hours crafting, and I love this set. I'm going to use it a lot. I think it's over here in my bucket over here. The Spotlight on Nature, and it is a cling stamp set. I have one off because I've used it on my paper pumpkin, but a beautiful butterfly, some nice splatter, and then the dies actually do not cut out this stamp set. Oh, come on. I just had them out. Yes, here they are. Okay, so there are 12 dies. Here's a sample of how I've coordinated them. Now, I rearranged them a bit because they had them all the patterns separated. So there are 4 of each of these designs. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So very nice, endless combinations. I have a feeling this will be a bundle that will probably be currently unavailable really soon. So if this is something that interests you, you may want to jump to the store today and get those. But as you can see, you can layer these into endless layers or combinations of what you may want to do. I mean, the colors are just some cardstock I had out at the time. So anyway, these are going to be really nice to use in my coming cards. And this is how I store them. I do put them, I just had a magnet sheet that I cut in half, and then I say how many dies, so that when I go to put them away, I know I have them all put away. And I still keep them in the sleeve that Stampin' Up! Sends them in for simplicity. Oh, and then one more thing is I do, when I first get them, slap them down in my copy machine. You can see how they originally arrived, the order, and that way if I am missing one, I know what to look for. Now these are kind of obvious, but some of them they're not quite as obvious, and I just do that now on all my dies. So I think I showed this before. The item number for this Spotlight on Nature is 163581, and that is the bundle price, which saves you 10% versus ordering them individually. So don't miss that one. Now here's where it gets a little confusing, right? Because it has this little deer. The deer is nowhere in this stamp set, okay? And if you look right down here in small text, it says in the Grove bundle also coordinates with the Grassy Grove stamp set and Grove dies. So even though they're showing you a deer, that is from this other coordinating stamp that's still current. They don't show that stamp set, but they've shown some elements of that set here. Okay, this loveliest tree. It has some nice dies to go with it as well. So quite a few new bundles, okay? Snapdragons, Seaside. Now this is another special bundle that includes a hybrid embossing folder, which generally means you can emboss and die cut at the same time. So keep that in mind. They're kind of showing that here. Did I say stamp? I meant emboss and die cut at the same time. I'm not sure what I said. Okay, and then we have a section called, I call them remaining sets. They call it Encore. So these are items that have been available in previous catalogs that carried over to this catalog. So yay, we can still get those. I do like how they laid this out. I do wish it was a little more full size, but this is what we have to work with. And at least they did list the stamp sets and dies right next to each other. Now, since these are carryover items, they don't offer them in bundle savings. So you would have to order each item individually. The dies and the stamp sets will be offered individually. So there's quite a few nice ones. Here's that Grassy Grove that I was talking about that coordinates with the other new set. So there's quite a few of these. So that's nice that all those are there. And I like how that is. I do, well, we'll get to what I wish we had in the back. Okay, and then I've labeled this just stamps. So these are individual new stamp sets that they have available. And they're just kind of randomly thrown in here. And you'll see what I'm talking about. So this says double play. So these two stamp sets that they have little bitty down here, you can use the positive or the detail side and then the negative side, like to fill in this turtle right here. Same thing with the seashell. So that's why they put these here. And then randomly we throw in blocks. So if you need some blocks, they are on this page. I probably should have said blocks here because I'll probably be looking for those later, unless we go through and find them somewhere else. Now this stamp set intrigues me, and I think I'm going to be adding it to my next order. You can stamp the grass and then the flowers on top, and then it has some clouds and birds and stuff to add to your scene. Here they've just used a couple of those things. All right, and then randomly on the side here, we have some more stamp sets. Little bitty, which if you wanted to know the sayings in this Hope You Know stamp set, you either got to get out your magnifying glass or go to the online store, and you can search by name or by this number right here. So featured, I don't know why these are featured, and then some dies. So, all right, again, now this says step it up. So this is kind of like two-step stamping where you can take one stamp, stamp the outline, and then fill it in. This one has a choice. And so they've shown two other stamp sets that do this as well down here on the corner. All right, some new stamps, a whole page of samples. This is kind of interesting. It's kind of like the ocean front where it does a scene. I do like how this, I guess could that be a moon or the earth or something like that? All right, and then notice you have your Grassy Grove stamp set thrown in here at the bottom with the item number. It doesn't show the stamp set, but it shows just some samples done with it. So interesting things. And here's a whole new stamp set and dies that, I guess, was that a Beach Days? I'll have to look and see if that was in the bundle section. I guess it's not. Maybe it's a carryover since it doesn't show a bundle. All right, and then we have background stamps. Now this one I received it on stage, and it's quite nice. You can actually go in and individually cut leaves if you wanted to. And so then we have all the other background stamps shown quite small, but they are generally this size. Let's see, this says, I would think that one's shown at 100%. Anyway, you do need either the big clear F block to do that, or if you have a stamp positioning tool, that's even better because sometimes you miss an area of inking it up and then you get a chance to redo it. Here you can see they cut out the leaves individually. Ah, nice. They do have the clear block listed here. That makes sense. Okay, then we just go to some more random stamp sets. Again, these itty bitty ones. Also, okay, and then I've labeled this one organization, grid paper, and your take your pick tool. So that is a favorite of mine for especially when you have glue dots or little embellishments you need to pick up. And then, you know, I love the grid paper. I always have it as my work surface here. All right, and then we go back to stamps. So, you know, it's what it is. So, and then we have the paper butterfly accents that were available. I think they came out in the last mini catalog. They're still available. Some thank you stamps. Then we get to, I call this the card stock assortment 12 by 12 and thick white paper. So I do love the new designs of the color designer series paper. These have been the best, I think, in a long time. But what I mean by cardstock assortment is in 12 by 12 or 8.5 by 11, you get a few sheets of each color. So it looks like it would just be two each of the subtles, brights, regals, neutrals, in colors, and for both years. I think for the in colors you would get 4 because there's only 5 colors. So you can get that in 8.5 or 12 by 12. And then over here they list the 12 by 12 basic white, very vanilla, and the cardstock, as well as the thick white. It's not in this next section, which we're about to get to. Okay, some more random sets. This one is that one that I said I'm intrigued by. But notice all the little things you might miss here. So, like the scoring tool is here, and it has the Marius Tree stamp set. It doesn't show the stamp set, it shows how they used it. And the Winter Meadow Designer Series paper is here. You can only see a couple sheets of it. Again, you would have to go to the online store to see that. This is a brand new wood textured 12 by 12 paper. And images of little bitty stamp sets that are still available. So, you know, they didn't ask me. I'm sure there's lots of thought and process that goes into making this catalog. So we'll see how the future catalogs flow. Some more stamp sets. And so this is like invitation type stamp set here. And again, it shows the perennial postage dies. It only shows a couple, right? There's a whole set of those. I'm kind of intrigued that the perennial lavender, just like that other magical meadow paper, usually the designer series paper doesn't last more than its current catalog, and these two have carried over. So that's interesting. Basic white medium envelopes are here. I hope they're back on this other page. Otherwise, I need to mark that. Okay. This is also returning paper, the Countryside Inn, and the Pearlized Effect. So you just kind of have to look all over the page, especially if you see this little shopping bag. That means it's an item available for sale. Called this one the Metallics because we have the textured metallic paper, silver paper, the gold, brushed gold cards and envelopes, which those are very nice. And then the metallic enamel effects. Now they only show one. You actually get 3. You get gold, silver, and a copper. So again, could be a little confusing if you're not, if you're new and haven't seen the products. Now this they did right, the ribbon. I do like that they've shown an example of each one. So if you see one you like, you go 7, 7, and it's Petunia Pop. So I do like this page. Have no complaints about this page. Okay, the embellishments. Now, These are not shown to size. I do like that they enlarge them so you can see them. Now, one thing that they used to do is they used to include what colors these were. It's no longer in the catalog, so if you want to know exactly what Stampin' Up! Colors they are, you need to go to the online store, search the name or the item number, and then it will tell you the colors. Now, when I order these and I get them in, I generally write on the little piece of cardstock that holds the your purchase. I generally write those colors there so I can remember what they were. Okay, sticky business. So this is the adhesives. So again, it's all the adhesives, your multi-purpose glue, your fine tip glue, the tape runner, your glue dots, your dimensionals, tear and tape, your foam adhesive sheets, solid foam adhesive sheets, and regular adhesive sheets. So I like that that's all together. Yay, Stampin' Up! Then we jump to watercoloring and another stamp set. So I think it's just kind of the order that's a little confusing for me, the order of the pages, but it's all here. I did label this one watercoloring because if you're interested in the water painters, they are listed here, as well as your StazOn, which is best to use for watercoloring techniques. You have your watercolor pencils here as well, both assortment 1 and 2, and your blender pens, which I love using those together. And then Spritz Bliss. So your spritzers are right here. So all your watercoloring techniques are here. And then we go back to another stamp set and a fun fold. So I don't know why this stamp set's necessarily moving parts, but this just shows some fun techniques if you like to have interaction on your cards. So and then we go to, I guess I meant this for shaker cards, but notice we have this Countryside Corners dies. There's no die, but they used it here to make those cutouts. So again, know that those are available for purchase. And there's a whole set. Champagne Iridescent Dots, which are over here. My guess is I would have put that item number over here. And then we have the Petal Part Punch, which is down here on this side. So this used to have a coordinating stamp set. That stamp set did retire, but the punch is still available. You can create your own pretty flowers like they did here. And then we have the Stylish Shapes dies. I don't see any dies, but I can see they use them to cut those out right there. So again, I think it's mainly if you're brand new and have never seen these in action that you're going to miss that kind of stuff. Okay, so then we have the masking, and I did call this masking right here. So it just shows how you can partial color, like they've shown some masking of doing the background with these little critters, not colored like the sky. So there is masking paper. Well, they show the Enduring Beauty. Now that's a different masking. Blending brushes are here. And then Sketched Butterfly stamp set. Okay, another stamp set that we don't see the stamp set. And then the masking paper is here. So it's where you can cut out, and it has a little sticky on the back. So you can put that over part of the image you don't want to color. And then, of course, the brayer. Okay. Then we get, I've called this one Heat Embossing because it has the Versamark ink pad, a craft ink pad, which is a sticky white. It's pigment ink, not water-based ink that'll stay wet, so you can either dry emboss that or something. The embossing powders, now I think there's been some manufacturing changes with that, and those were going to be unavailable for a little bit, but hopefully those will be back soon. And your heat tool. So, and then they're showing this stamp set where they used the textured floral dies, but they show this stamp set by it, I guess just for the hummingbird. Those two don't necessarily coordinate, and which I am so sad. They left the stamp set but retired the dies that went to this. So wow, I mean that one just, I was like, really? And they're beautiful dies. So they were called Thoughtful Expressions. All right, and then we have your embossing paste, your putty knives, and your silicone craft sheet. I do use that quite a lot, especially so I don't get adhesive everywhere. So that's a nice item. Okay, and then we have embossing folders. I do like that they're all on one page, and this lists all of them. So some new ones are this cute crochet, dashing designs, dotted circles, the eyelet. Those are the new ones there, and this so swirly, those are new, as well as I guess the seashells. So I do like that all of those are there, and the item numbers there, the price is there, etc. Okay, now I did put blends and markers. So our fabulous markers are, if you want to buy the whole collection, it's right here. All right, and then it does have the skin tone or natural tones blends here, but the other ones are when we get to the colors. And then we've thrown in some random stamp sets that I guess would use those tones to color. And here's that die I used from the Spotlight. Love that. And of course our Memento Tuxedo Black, as well as the refill. Okay, now if you were a demonstrator and went to on stage, you got this color wheel. Let me grab it. Except we have this little tool that you can pick a color and then find its triadics. I do like how they're teaching us how to do this. You can do monochromatic, which just means it's bright in the same family, like blue, green. You could use those three. Complementary are right across from each other. Okay, so these, the Inagulus, I think I'm saying that right, is kind of like two ones right next to each other. So like these colors. Okay, and then triadic, which I tend to like that the best. It's like you go in a rectangle. So even without this tool, you can kind of go a rectangle and then you know what colors those are, even without this little nice dial. Good news is Stampin' Up! Is going to make this available for purchase later in the year, except they won't include the end colors. This has the end colors in it, and I guess just so they don't have to reproduce the wheel every year, that it's going to exclude those and just have our basic colors. So I like that. That's under color theory. And then I did color families. So this is like we're used to seeing. It has each color of the family, the cardstock, the stamp pad, the classic ink refills, and then the combo blends pack. So that's how you order those. And then you can also do it by family. Here it shows the individual things. You can get 8.5 by 11, 12 by 12, the 6 by 6 designer series paper, which is kind of this little pattern right here. You can do the markers as a whole, like the subtles. And you can also bundle the ink pads as well as the ink refill. So those generally have savings, and I can tell that is because there's 10. So if you bought them individually, 10 times, that'd be 90. So there's, and there, as a set, they're 81. So there is built-in savings there, even though it doesn't say so. Okay, so then just the other families, and then I marked this one in colors and basics, because down here we have our basic white, very vanilla, and the brand new basic beige, which I love this color. Now I did add an extra little sticky here because the thick white paper is not on this page. It's on page 99. So just for future use, I put this here, and I kind of did my post-it note where I could still read that and then know that my basic white is on the other page. Okay, and now we're to the index, and the index can be very helpful. I'm going to hold this up so that hopefully it's a little bigger for you. So it's done alphabetically by category. So adhesives, it doesn't list each individual adhesive, just know it gives you the page you can go to and see all the adhesives, which is fine. The embellishments, again, it doesn't list all the embellishments. It shows they're on page 115. And then it does list some other enamel effects and the loose embellishments. If they're not on that page, it tells you where you can see other embellishments, like those industrial trinkets that we looked at. Then we have all the dies listed alphabetically as well as their page number. I realize you probably still can't see that, so I'm just going to hold it back down. Okay, embossing folders, again, it just tells you which page, which is nice. The embossing heat and paste, page number, ink coloring. So then it goes through your craft Stampin' Pad and refill. It lists some, okay, but it doesn't list necessarily all of them. Let me see if I can find, oh, ink pads, refills, markers. Yes, it does list those pages there. So at least with the randomness of where stuff is placed, we have this nice index. So if you're looking for a certain thing, you can refer back to this. Your memory keeping, so that's memories and more, paper and packaging. So it does list all the individual designer series paper, I believe. I mean, there's a whole list here, and so I'd assume that's all of them. The ephemera packs are listed. The grid paper is listed, the masking paper. So, like I said, this index will probably be the most useful part of the catalog when you're looking for something. You have your specialty paper. All this was in paper and packaging. Then you have punches, and it's kind of nice that they listed each one, because I do miss in the previous catalogs we've had a page with all the punches, a page with all the bundles, including returned, etc. That I miss, but at least they list them here, and you can go to the online store under punches and see all of them, as well as the dies. So stamp sets, like usual, are here listed in alphabetical order. And then we end with tools and storage, which are your coloring tools, your cutting and scoring tools, your decorative masks, your stamp cleaners, which I love the stamp cleaners, and stamp tools like your blocks, etc., and your silicone craft sheet. So this, like I said, will probably be the most helpful when finding things, and I hope this has helped you. Now take note, on the very last page is a stamp set that you can only purchase with well, I thought hostess dollars. Maybe not. This is just an angel. Usually this is a host only stamp, but this is just an angel policy stamp, which the angel policy means if you're going to make cards and sell them, you're required to put on the back that these images are copyright Stampin' Up. So that is that. So I hope this video has been helpful for you. And if you have any questions, you can always leave me a comment. And I hope you have enjoyed this walkthrough, and maybe it's helped clear up a little bit of confusion and help show you how to find things in this catalog. But as always, I plan to do one more video with the paper pumpkin, and I'll be back probably tomorrow with that, because I need to finish up that kit before my next kit arrives. So I will have a link in the closing of how you can subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate your subscription. I also have an Etsy shop where I have some die cuts related to paper pumpkins. And if you see, there's only one still listed out there. There are quite a bit of fees listed that go a part of putting things on Etsy. So I kind of just put the word out to you here that if there's one that you would like the cut file for, I have made one probably for everyone and save them on my computer, and I can put that out there for you. So that's how I've found a way to give those to those of you that are not Paper Pumpkin subscribers of mine. Let me switch me back to me so you're not just looking at my hands. There you go, I'm back. So anyway, that's how I can offer supplies where Etsy handles the finances and the money and all that, and we don't have to deal with that ourselves. So if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber of mine and there's a file that you would like the scan and cut file for, let me know. I email those to you as a special thank you for being a Paper Pumpkin subscriber of mine. So don't miss the May one. Let me see if I have the brochure here. I do. The May May Paper Pumpkin. The subscription period is going on now, and you can go to my online store, go to the specials column, and there I have a link of how you can be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber using myself as your demonstrator if you do not already have a demonstrator. I always also list the host code, the current host code there in the specials below. Also going right now, if you would be interested in joining my team and being a demonstrator, whether it's to sell products or just as a hobby demonstrator, which means you're just doing it for yourself so you can get a discount, there is a special offer this month for new demonstrators signing up. You get $83, I believe, extra in addition to the 135 products for $99, which includes shipping. So there's no shipping on that. It would just be tax if that's applicable, where your kit is being shipped to. So that you can also find more information for that at my online store. Just go to the Join tab. Okay, in my closing frame, I'm going to add some new stickers where you can subscribe, also maybe a link to my online store up there, and then maybe a previous video. Although this one really doesn't relate to another one. In my Paper Pumpkin ones, it will include a previous video to that. So thanks for joining me today. I got to drink lots of water now, done lots of talking. And so I'll see you next on my next video. So have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.